It's the first week of April, and we're having a blizzard, and we still have this much snow. So today, we're gonna talk about winter training in northern Minnesota. Actually, we're just gonna talk about exercise. Anywhere. I'm JP, the Stable Cyclist, and here on this channel, everything we do is looked at through the lens of mental health. And this week we're talking about exercise. Now, when we talk about exercise, here's a mantra you will become familiar with on this channel. How I exercise today needs to let me exercise tomorrow. Making sure exercise remains part of every day is a huge part of my mental health management plan. Guarding your ability to exercise daily is hugely important in northern climates where seasonal effect can be a very real problem for those struggling with mental health. But that's a topic for another episode. I live near Pelican Rapids, Minnesota, an amazing small town in northern Minnesota, about 45 minutes from Fargo, North Dakota. The winters here are anything but ideal, especially when it comes to training for longer races. This year we seem to be stuck in an eternal winter, but even in the best of winters here, the wind howls constantly, making it nearly impossible to get outside. This year, for instance, there's only been 5 days all winter where it's been warm enough to get out on a gravel bike and hit the pavement. Now, when it comes to training in winter, I know what a lot of you are saying, because I asked you. On my Instagram story, I asked what I should be doing instead of riding my bike inside. And this is what you had to say. Walk on a treadmill. Snowshoe, bruh. Move to somewhere warmer. Yeah, I'm not reading that one out loud. Do a crossword puzzle and exercise your mind. Cross-country skiing. But seriously, you should go ski here. You're old. Read Outlast by Peter Attia and get to work, Grandpa. Swim, then bike, then run. And do them all at the same time. It's winter. Just dig in and deal with it. Snuggle up with Netflix and YouTube until it's over. It's true that winter can be the most amazing time to be outdoors. But in order to do a lot of those activities, you need access to equipment and trails. And not everyone has that. And because we're talking about mental health management within all of this, the things we choose to do for exercise need to be predictable. And winter is anything but predictable. Because I need a predictable environment to train in, and my goals focus on doing things today so I can get to tomorrow, I spend the majority of my time right here, riding the trainer, watching TV, and staring at Trainer Road's blue bars. I try to change up what I'm watching. Sometimes it's Netflix, other times it's movies. I watch a lot of soccer, and right now I'm really into the Impossible Route on YouTube. I used to hate riding the trainer, but in the last year I've really changed what I do, and I only ride hard 1 or 2 days a week. The rest of the time I just come down here and ride easy. It's more of a mental break, and just allows me to be excited about getting on the bike every day, and that keeps the training ticking over. Four to 5 days a week, I try and ride my bike, and then another day or two a week I try and strength train. I don't come and smash rocks for 90 minutes or anything. I just try to make sure I come in and get about 45 minutes of work in, and just stay healthy. Now, I'm a little scared to share any of this with people because people may look at what I do, and if you're struggling, not doing the same thing, you may be discouraged. And I know what that's like. Comparison is the thief of joy, and I've been in that spot where you feel like what you're doing isn't enough. And especially if you're struggling with depression, feeling like you can do anything can seem impossible. So I'm gonna tell you a story, but first I gotta drive home. So once we get home, we're going on a walk, and I got a story for you. When I was first diagnosed with bipolar disorder back in 2020, I told my doctor, I'm never gonna ride my bike again. I didn't say I'm never gonna race it again. I said I'm never gonna ride it again. I was so tapped out. I couldn't imagine ever exercising again. But she knew I was just really depressed, and she knew that I needed baby steps to get going again. She told me I needed to forget that I was ever a college athlete, or that I raced marathon mountain bike races and gravel races. She knew I needed nothing to compare myself to if I wanted to start over. And she knew I needed baby steps, like I said, so she put me on a 12-week couch to 5K beginner program. And I spent most of that first winter walking on this gravel road, doing cold 10 to 15 minute walks a day, because that's all I could do, and that was okay. It was humbling, and it was also incredibly freeing. This was in the initial stages of treatment, but after a while I began to get stronger both in mind and body, and soon I was able to start jogging. By that spring, I was able to start riding my bike. And by the summer, I was able to start racing again. But I still didn't go crazy with the exercise. I rode my bike 4 days a week for an hour each time, and that was enough. Since then, we've continued to tweak my treatment, and I've been able to steadily increase my training load and my racing load. But my mantra has continued to be, how I exercise today needs to let me exercise tomorrow. And although I do race, I'm not obsessed with it when it comes to training. The training is entirely about helping me get to tomorrow so that I can do it again and stay healthy in body and mind. And that's why this video isn't just about winter training. It's about exercising daily. As a person with bipolar disorder, there are days when I'm elevated and I need to exercise just to bring myself down a little. And there are other days when I feel terrible because I'm depressed, and I need to exercise to bring myself up just that little bit to get me to tomorrow so that I can see the light one more time. If you are struggling to get started exercising again, start small. Start with what you have and do it in a way that will let you do it again tomorrow. Maybe go on a 5-minute walk or walk to the mailbox. Maybe you can ask a family member or a friend to do it with you, so you have someone to talk to. But even if you don't have someone to help you with it, remember, you are not alone, and you are not the only person trying to get yourself moving forward again. Trust me, take the risk on yourself, because you are worth the risk of moving forward. Get out today and do the best that you can with what you have. Whew. That was not a warm walk. Thanks for hanging out though today. And if you want to come along for the ride, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you enjoyed what you watched today, do me a favor and hit the like button as well. Finally, remember to reach out to those around you and remind them that they are loved. I'm JP, the Stable Cyclist. We'll see you next time.